Good morning and welcome to another short devotional for Black Rock Baptist Church. John chapter 15 verse 5 is our focus verse today, and we're going to talk about moving from overwhelmed to overflowing. It's better to rest in God's goodness than to be overwhelmed with work and worry. But it's also easier said than done. It can be hard to take steps that lead to rest and the abundant life that God has for you. It can be difficult. So here are 4 daily habits that that will help us to move from being overwhelmed to overflowing. First of all, stay connected to Jesus every day. John 15 verse 5 says, I am the vine. Jesus is speaking here. I am the vine. You are the branches. If you stay joined to me and I stay joined to you, then you will produce lots of fruit. But you cannot do anything without me. If you try to go through life on your own power, you're going to be overwhelmed. You cannot fulfill your purpose and enjoy God's goodness until you've plugged into his power. Stay connected to Jesus every day. Secondly, replace your complaining with gratefulness. Philippians 2:14 tells us, do everything without complaining and arguing. When people complain, it's often because they're ungrateful, which is a deeply unhealthy emotion. On the other hand, studies have shown that gratitude is the healthiest of the emotions. It actually produces chemicals in the brain that boost happiness and lower stress. Gratefulness. Replace your complaining with gratefulness. Thirdly, stop being stingy, start being generous. Malachi chapter 3 verse 10 tells us, bring the full amount of your tithes into the temple so that there will be plenty of food there. Put me to the test, and you will see that I will open windows of heaven and pour out on you in abundance all kinds of good things. God wired a universal law into this world. The more you give away, the more you're going to get. God did that because he wants you to become more like him. And he is a generous giver. Stop being stingy. Start being generous. Finally, stop comparing and start being content. Ecclesiastes chapter 4 verse 6 tells us it is better to be content with what little you have. Otherwise, you will always be struggling for more, and that is like chasing the wind. Contentment doesn't mean you don't have goals in life, dreams in life, or plans for your life. Contentment simply means you don't need more to be happy. By nature, people are discontent. But by God's grace, you can rest contently in his goodness to you. When you grasp the most important things in your life are simply, when you grasp the idea that those things are simply gracious gifts from God, your life will go from overwhelming to overflowing with God's abundance. God bless. Have a wonderful day, and until we meet again, let's continue to exchange prayers daily.